Hello everyone, it's Gibber. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We've got another video for you. There's only been one blog post this week, but it's probably the best one because it's got the engineer in it and it's got the engineer spear, and we're going to be going through that a little bit more in depth today. And we might do the warrior and thief first. We're doing engineer first. We're going to watch the trailer first as well, and then I'm going to just kind of go through the thief and the warrior afterwards, because let's face it, they're all right. They're not as important as the engineer. Now, why am I saying that? It's because I'm an engineer main, okay? I'm an engineer main, and I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not. I don't care. Okay, so let's watch this and have a look how it looks. Not too bad so far. My cat's eating hair on the floor. That's nice. That is very nice. Very cool. I do enjoy the spinning. The acrobatics. Oh, that. What was that? Like some weird D stuff? That was odd. Have to look at that closer in a bit. This is really cool. The tilts. That's called a tilt. All right. It's called a tilt. That. Engineer the best class. Oh, I like it. A bit of a charge and a swipe. Looks like there's some burning in that as well. And then we've got this. Oh, what is that? Look how cool that is. But we still got this floaty kind of spear as well, right? I like how they did some of their abilities twice. That's so cool. And a warrior. I do like how they're showing off different regions as well. This looks very ranged right now as well. That looks like a knockback, maybe. Warrior looks totally like all ranged. That's interesting. Okay. All right, let's turn that down for a second. Bring our music back up. Thief is... Let's just watch the engineer again. Interesting choice of outfit as well here. I'm not sure why, but the staff, this looks cool. It's just this staff skin. I kind of want to get that. Not staff skin, spear skin. I keep saying staff. What the hell? So that first ability looks like a bit of a cheeky charge, which is cool. So a gap closer. But it's very much a melee weapon, isn't it? Then that is some kind of random swipey thing. Now there is some other classes that have that same animation, I do believe. So it looks like they've reused quite a few animations here. Now that is very cool. With the spinning, it looks like they're parts of the spear, or a spear, sorry. Or is it that spear? I don't think it's that spear. I think it's just a separate spear, like you summon you summon a spear, it looks like. Yeah. And there's burning there as well, but that could be from traits maybe. And then boom. Oh, that looks good. I wonder if that's a blast. That'd be cool. Okay. And then the warrior is just like totally ranged. What we're going to do is, I was going to look at the engineer a little bit closer there. You know I was. But we're going to read through this. Have a look. Spear Factor, Warrior, Thief, and Engineer. When Guild Wars 2 Janthir Wilds launches on August 20th, each of the 9 possessions will have all the things, etc. Last week we did some stuff. Warrior Spears, damage from a distance. So yes, it is going to be mostly ranged. Interesting. The Warrior Spear is a power-based weapon inspired by ancient Sun Spear techniques. Oh, cool. Which is why they've got the armor and stuff, I guess. Is that Sun Spear? Maybe. Capable of striking multiple opponents at range, even though most of their skills can attack distant foes, some of them gain increased effectiveness when used on closer targets. Oh, cool. Making opponents think twice before closing the gap. Well, actually, that makes sense as well. The Warrior Spear auto attack is Mighty Throw, which hurls the spear at a single enemy, shattering an impact and sending spear fragments into other enemies around the target. Proximity to target matters, as the closer to the target Closer the target is to the warrior, the more fragments are created. Oh, cool. Maiming spear is a ranged attack. The warrior launches the spear into the air, dealing an initial damage and crippling foes in the area of effect, which makes sense. If you want it to be a ranged weapon, you're gonna have some ways that, you know, can increase the distance and whatnot. The cripple is helpful to prevent enemies from escaping. There you go. The aftershock that follows, which is larger the closer the target is to the warrior. Nice. If breathing room is required, spear swipe propels the warrior backwards in an evasive maneuver before sending a gust of wind forward to knock them back. Oh, nice. Cool. Finally, the spear burst skill, Harrier's Toss, allows the warrior to leap up into the air, evading attacks while hurling the spear down with a explosive force and dealing more damage the more adrenaline is spent on the burst attack. Nice. We've got the burst attack in there as well. That's awesome. Okay, then let's have a quick look at that part of the trailer. That's the throw from range. And then, like we were saying, like pretty much just, it is what it says. Does what it says on the tin. Like you get the retreat back. You get the knockback as well. Is that... That was like 1 skill, 2 skills together. It makes sense. That's a nice little kit, actually. I kind of like that. That really promotes the range, but also it does mean, like, if you are close, you can do more damage. But I might be a bit more susceptible, but, you know, they can weapon swap and do the things. Chain attacks with the Thief Spear. Thief Spear is a melee hybrid weapon that can be utilized by power and condition damage builds. Also draws some inspiration from an old system in Guild Wars that assassin players should be familiar with. The second and third spear skill slots share some characteristics. Each has three different states, but will always be in the same state as the other. By default, they will both be lead attacks. Strike an enemy with an either lead attack will flip both slots into the next state, follow-up attacks. In a similar fashion, striking an enemy with each follow-up attack will flip the slots into their final state, finisher attacks. Oh, all of the combo finishers, nice. After using one of the finishers, both slots will flip back to their lead attack state, ready to start a chain over again. So I guess you can chain between the two, but then if you use one of the final attacks, they just flip over to the first attack again, which makes sense. Otherwise, it would be super powerful. Yeah, so you got some weaving. Wicked. Okay. Well, the fourth and fifth skills have the stealth attack all gain additional bonuses when following a finisher skill. So you may want to weave in one of those before using another lead attack. Oh, cool. One low snow on the skill chains. Using other skills during this chain sequence will not reset the chain, but failing to strike an enemy with the follow-up attack will. Oh, that's cool. So it really benefits you. So you really have to be in there to hit every single attack so that you're actually going to be able to gain the maximum effect from the whole combo. That's cool. I like that because it's like, you know, the fact that you can go between the second and third skill is really, really awesome. Now that we have, let me just make sure we haven't read that already. Now that we have a quick overview of the mechanic, let's take a look at a full slot 2 chain. Where they mix and max skill slots throughout the chain. For example, 3-2-3 totally works, but we won't be covering all of the skills today. The Mantis Sting lead attack is a quick melee strike that inflicts bleeding and crippled. Nice. This will flip into Entangling Asp, which poisons enemies and will also immobilize enemies that are affected by a movement impairing condition. Oh, cool. Finally, we have the finished skill Falling Spider. This skill inflicts bleeding, poison, and vulnerability, inflicting additional stacks against enemies that are either immobilized or under the effects of crowd control. Each skill's bonus trigger conditions are fulfilled by the previous skill in the chain, but these conditions are all things that the thief has broader access to. So there are opportunities to get these bonuses even when chaining skills together from different skill slots. That sounds really cool. Let's watch that part of the trailer again with the thief, because it wasn't my favorite, but it looks pretty real. I'm loving the armor. That is wicked. Look at that animation. Is there that animation? Is anyone using that animation like currently? That is sick. I know creature is so good. And the stealth. Oh man, that animation is really solid. The thief looks cool, but like, you know, you're gonna be in melee range for a good part of this. I wonder if it's got any lifesteal on it. That'd be interesting. It's got condition damage on it. It's gonna be hard for them to get away. It looks really fun. Nice. Okay, all right. I haven't really got much to say because I don't care. Really that much. I'm sorry, I'm doing a great job with this video. It's mostly because I want to just get to the engineer and cover them briefly. It looks cool. I'm not a thief player. I don't know. Go and see a thief player content creator if you actually really care about thief. I'm sorry. The best one. Engineer spear is shocking. Surviving in certain lightning-prone environments can be a difficult task for the common Tyrian. Engineers with their indomitable desire to create and adapt have found a way to turn their knowledge against their enemies as weapons of mass destruction. Let's talk about how we'll be using the spear to dart around the battlefield and dominate targeted foes. The engineer's spear combat style is melee oriented with hybrid damage, encouraging you to pick a target and run directly into battle while utilizing a variety of control and damage skills. Your primary skill for this weapon is called Conduit Surge. This skill dashes to your targeted foe and applies the focused effect to them, charging them for future attacks. Every other weapon attack will apply a bonus effect or work to maintain the focus effect on your foe. One thing to note about Conduit Surge is that if a foe is defeated while under the focused effect, this skill will refresh and allow you to pursue the next target. Now, I want to just check the language on this. Focused effect. Okay, because I can't remember all of it. Focus is an enemy earned, is an effect earned by interacting with objects while playing with the Shrine Guardian infants. Wait, that's not right. Focused. The boss is now focused on this target and taking reduced damage. Okay, interesting. The focus is... No, that's not right. Am I not writing that right? I'm getting something wrong here. I can't remember what the focus is. Is it just like a taunt, basically? Focused effect. Interesting. I want to try and find out the exact word for this. Focused. Interesting. I think I'm a little bit shocked here. The concept of focusing all ones is similar to D&D's. It's an object you choose to channel magic and cast spells in lieu of magical ingredients. That's not exactly what it is either, is it? Interesting. A focused effect. Why is this not... Anyway, fuck it. I don't know. Surviving? I don't know. I legitimately don't know, actually. Let's talk about how... Let's see if we can work it out. The engineer spear combat style is oriented with hybrid damage, encouraging you to pick a target, blah, blah, blah. I think it just means you're focused on that target, and like if you do like a chain, you have to do it on that target. I mean, that just is what it is. It's a little bit confusing, actually, because that's not explained anywhere. If it's in the game, like I've looked on the wiki and everything, like there is no explanation of it, like specifically. Even like probably people are watching this and being like, Jerry, how do you know what focus is? There's no explanation. The lightning rod skill is, someone's gonna have me for this, and I'm gonna be like, oh, the lightning rod skill is, I'm just genuine and authentic in these videos, man. Like, what do you want me to do? The lightning rod skill is constantly available while wielding a spear. Okay. The engineer will create a segmented lightning rod that spins around them. Oh, it's a lightning rod. Okay. Dealing damage to focused targets. Okay, it's just the target that you initially went in on, and gaining an amplifying effect with a bonus for hitting a focused target. Okay. Focus is just literally the targeting, I think. For the next skill on the same slot, electric artillery, when the lightning rod is completed, oh, and hovering over your shoulder, you can choose to launch your charged rod at an enemy, immobilizing them and applying damaging conditions based on lightning rod success. Why don't they tell you the conditions? The weapon's fifth skill and battle ender is a skill currently called devastation, which allows you to leap to a target area and deliver a massive EMP styled attack, inflicting focused foes with a continuously damaging effect. Is it power? Is that power damage? I look forward to watching you tear around the battlefield, mixing both spears and kits together to cause fear and chaos. What would you use? What kit would you use with this? Like, you know, using the wrench, the toolkit maybe could be kind of fun. But if you tied this together with probably like invention, not like I don't know, actually. There's so many possibilities. I want to combine something with bombs a little bit more, but you know, I mean, if you immobilize something, then you could use this with bombs. It'll probably be the best with like grenades. Bombs are just like unfortunate. I'm thinking about both PvE and PvP here. So yeah. Melee oriented with hybrid damage. I wish they would talk more about the condition damage, because it sounds like the condition damage might be more like about the vulnerability and stuff. Let's see here again. Well, we did see a stack of burning. Okay, so there's the charge. That had the burning on it. Yeah, it looks like it's charged with like maybe like the wind up, maybe, I think. Looks like it a little bit. Yeah, there, you can kind of see it. But that looks like lightning. I mean, I guess like lightning technically burns. So it's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And what did they call that first ability? They called it Conduit Surge. I guess so. Yeah, that kind of makes sense with the what it looks like. And is that the second ability though? Every other weapon attack will apply a bonus effect or work to maintain the focused effect on your foe. One thing to know is about combat Conduit Surge. Yeah, we did that. The lightning skill is constantly available while wielding a spear. They don't talk about the second skill. It says the lightning rod skill is constantly available while wielding a spear. So it looks like it just kind of generates whilst you're doing stuff. Although that looks like it's activated. Okay. I wonder if it's is it a tool? I wonder if it's a toolbar skill. So that you can do all your other skills whilst this is going on. And then you've got that, and then you spend it on the big hit. I wonder if that is a skill which you use to charge up though, and then it charges up while you're doing attacks. And then it's your big burst. That's the big burst attack they're talking about at the end. That looks cool, doesn't it? Rah. It's very different from the other spears as well. That looks pretty cool. And that did an immobilize there. Look. Then comes down. Immobilize. Okay. Remember, this is your only weapon. Other than the kits, of course. And that looks like it could be a blast finisher as well, potentially. That's cool. Battle Ender, that's what that is. A skill currently called Devastation. I like the way they've got this real like idea of combos in here as well. And how many like attacks it could take to potentially finish people and whatnot. There's some good leaps in this as well for the engineer. You don't see it on the 5th skill shown too well on the video, but you're in melee attack like range, and that could have been shown a little bit better. But I think maybe it's the leap is the leap into the air rather than leap to your target. Maybe allows you to leap to. No, it says leap to a targeted area and deliver a massive EMP. See, this I actually think should be a big stun. If it's an EMP attack, then normally it would stop things, because that's what an EMP does. It's an electromagnetic pulse. It should be, if it's a pulse, like the initial thing that happens with an EMP is it takes out power. So it should blind as well, at least. It should blind at least, and should also should stun. But then you can't really put damage on it, because that would go back on what they were talking about in the past in terms of making sure that CC doesn't do damage as well, although they're pulling that back a little bit with some skills. Interesting. Also, there's going to be a live stream Twitch on the June 21st at noon Pacific, and there will be the beta event on June 27th to check all of these things out. 27th until the 30th. So that must be, let me check this out here. It's on a Thursday. It's literally 2 weeks from when I'm doing this video. So that is soon. Wicked. Okay, peeps. That is awesome. How long have we talked for? Like 22 minutes. I think that's good. I think that's a decent length. It's not too much. It's me just looking at the blog post, watching the videos, checking out the best class, talking about that the most. Engineer. Not biased at all. It looks pretty good. I'm not sure I am hugely hyped about it. But again, until playing it, you don't know really. But that attack, this looks really cool. I do think it looks very cool though. I think part of me here is like, it looks really awesome for Guild Wars 2, but to a degree, you're starting to see the graphics and how they are looking dated. They are starting to look a bit dated. And the reason that is because they've used, as well, even more so, is because they've chosen to go to these really old areas of the game. And it doesn't necessarily look that dated, but they have gone to old areas of the game, which still look cool. It's very stylized for Guild Wars 2, and like, you know, that's the idea, but they could have used some very different armor, but there's still at the same time, I think they're trying to tell us that, you know, well, actually, no, because you're going to need Weapon Master to do this, so you do need the expansions. You're not going to be able to do this from the beginning of the game, so it doesn't really make sense why they would do this in these parts. I can't remember where the branded dredge are, actually. They might not be in that area. Let's just have a quick look. Anyway, just for my own thought there. Branded dredge excavator. They are in, oh, they're in Thunderhead Peaks, so that's not like, you know. Okay, so that's not like, that's like a end game area, I guess. So it's not like end game, is it? Okay, all right. Well, so that I lied. Not everything is, and this may be somewhere else that I'm not, that I may get wrong as well. So I may be incorrect about that. If you want to update me about the focus part of this, the focus bit we were talking about earlier of engineer, let me know. Otherwise, looks pretty decent for all classes here, really. Not like massively. Oh, this is wicked. Oh my god, this is gonna be so good. As much as the last trailer with the other 3 classes. We'll see what the final 3 classes give us. And then we will be, yeah. I'm excited. I am excited. It's cool that the beta's coming up. I'm a bit miffed by the fact that they've only got 1 blog post this week, and they had like 3 or 4 last week, which is weird. So their kind of cadence on that has changed already, which is random. I get it because like they had all the other gaming shows coming out this past week, so maybe that's why. And they wanted to let that kind of simmer down before they get their hype going again. But either way, there's loads of good stuff happening in Guild Wars 2 at the moment. Get yourself in there. If you want to buy the expansion, below is in the description is my link. Massively appreciated. Use mine, use someone's. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. It's probably going to be next week. I'm assuming there isn't any news on Friday, which is probably when you'll see this video. Okay, let me know if you're enjoying these videos. Just random hellos covering the blog posts as we start to get towards the expansion coming out on the 20th of August. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Engineers are the best. Yes, they are. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.